Welcome back to Peter's View. I'm Kenzie. I'm pretty sure you've seen me like the last 4 or 5 videos, obviously. And today we're going to be talking about the hashtag Free Haiti. Well, it's not really like a hashtag, but still. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is the violence, which has gotten completely out of control these last decades. I feel it is very unruly that something like this can go on for so long and people see it every day, and people who are in positions of power see it every day, but they don't do anything to help or stop it. And that's not a good way to lead. That means you don't deserve your position that you're in. And it's not right that people should live with uncertainty every single night, wondering if they're gonna go home or if they're gonna make it throughout the night. It's not really a good way to live. It's unfortunate because there are so many kids, and if your child grows up with something like that, that's going to be like traumatizing for life. They're going to have to watch their backs everywhere they go, and that's crazy to me. But I'm not talking about like violent crimes like fist fighting and stealing and all those things. I'm also talking about like the kidnapping that happens too. I read about the history of Haiti, and I heard about the revolution that happened too. And I feel like, how do you go from such a strong point, such a very strong point, and you get this far, but then it's like all of a sudden, slowly, after time, it starts deteriorating. Like everything is being fallen into ruins, and things aren't going right. Like, wow. But what I have to say is, if you are from Haiti and you see this, I encourage you to help spread awareness, because that's the best thing that can happen right now. Make people aware of the situation, of how bad it is. Yeah, I know there are like other bad places too all around the world, but this is like literally right in our backyard, because Haiti is a part of the United States. And I feel like we're not doing our job in a way to help these people as well, which is unfair. Because these people deserve everything, just like a normal human being. They deserve simple human being rights, unalienable rights, just like every other person in America. I feel like if we can't give that to everybody, then why? Why even put it in there? But, some people, they like doing certain things. Just because you've gotten to the position of power, it doesn't mean you should stop working. You should keep working. You should want to work to help improve these people. These people elected you for a reason, and that reason is for whatever your constitution says, basically. That is your job. Your job is to help protect the rights of the people and serve the people and make their lives as happy and healthy as possible. This is not a happy and healthy life. This is uncertainty at its finest. Every single day, every single night, no one should have to go to bed at night worrying if they're going to make it through the night, because all this violence and this kidnapping and this hatred is going on. It's just plain hatred at this point. Because how do you go from such a very, very strong country to this? And I want you guys to stop fighting with each other, okay? We are a unit. The human race should be a unit. But the human race, I know, as much as anyone, that it can be very disgusting at times, the human race. But we're all we got in this world. So why would you try fighting each other when you should be fighting together to help each other? Instead, you guys are fighting each other, kidnapping each other, pushing each other, killing each other. Like, I would never wish death on anybody, but I feel like the killing and the kidnapping has gotten way out of hand. Not only that, but what if you have kids? What are your kids going to think when they see this? What are your kids going to think of you? That this is a way of survival? That this is a way of life that they think is okay? It's not okay. It's really not. Kids should know, and kids should be able to grow up in an environment where they can be happy, healthy, and be able to express themselves without any fear of anything happening or retaliation. Basically, it's not right at all. I personally believe in every kid should have the right, not the rights, but every kid should be able to live a happy and normal childhood. Not every kid, that's like, that's a lot, but at least 95% of the population of kids should be able to. If not, then we have to look at ourselves and say, what are we doing and what have we come to? I really wish people step back and say, what have we come to? Because I think when you step back and you look at it, it makes you rethink, and it makes you really question about how far you have gone and how far things continue to go to from now. It's crazy that we have to sit down and have these talks with our kids about what to do and what not to do when we have all this is going on. I feel like that's really crazy to me. We should always, kids shouldn't have to live like this. It's not right. It's not fair. It's not acceptable, really, at all. And people want to leave, but they can't leave because guess what? They're stuck there because you don't want them to leave, but you don't want them to stay on the island. So what do you want them to do? You want them to just sit there and die and wait till some more come along? Do you want them to, just go home, sit in their houses, not do anything, not say anything, not celebrate, no gatherings or anything? That's what you want them to do? Because you're not communicating with the people. The people have been communicating with you for so long, but you are not communicating anything back. I think it's really important that communication can solve really a lot of problems. You don't understand. If people were just to sit down and talk to each other, do you know how much we can get done? Honestly, I feel like that's crazy. If we would sit down and talk to each other and listen to each other, because when you listen, it helps because it shows that you're paying attention and that you actually care. Sometimes just being a listening ear is what people need nowadays, rather than what they need is a leader, a tyrant, a what. We need to be able to sit down, listen to each other, have this conversation because we want to get better. We want a happy nation. We want happy people. We want people to say, oh, you can come to Haiti. It's fine here. It's happy. It's one of the best places in the Caribbean. Haiti should not be like this. It is such a strong nation. It will continue to be a strong nation. Don't think just because they have their economy is weak. Yeah, but when it comes times and needs, people will actually band together because it's survival for them. It's when you're in survival mode, what you need is people that will come together and bring each other together, really. They come together and they solve these problems together, which I feel like if we can come like that in times of need, why can't we come like that, together like that, in times of help, in times of uncertainty, really? That's what's happening. People can't leave because they don't have any money. The economy sucks, okay? I'm talking about horrible. And it's so sad to watch. So many good people go to waste. So many good positions. So many good people on there, but they don't have the opportunity, nor do they have the funds or the means to get by or even off. People leave because they want better. People come here because they want better. People want a better lifestyle. People don't want to live in uncertainty anymore. Yeah, we have violence, but it's not as bad as there. It's not as bad living like that. Imagine living like that for 40 years, since the time you could understand and comprehend and everything. Imagine living like that. And then you come here, and then you realize you might not have to do all that. Yeah, you still watch your back, obviously, because people are crazy, but you wouldn't have to do it like how you did over there. It's so important that we remain stuck together as a unit. And we should always remember that we are all, no one is above the other. The only person who is above all is God. When you take away all the money, all the cameras, all the lights, all the fancy shiny things, you are a basic human being. You are just the same as the rest of us. Yeah, some people will front and say like, I'm from Haiti. Yeah. How about you calm down? And yes, you are proud of your country, which is a good thing. But why don't you do something for your country? Why don't you do something to help your country? You know your country is suffering. You know, but yet you do nothing. And that's what makes you bad as the rest of them. One person once said, there are two types of bad people in this world. The people that do bad things and the people that see those things, but they don't act. And they just watch and they sit. They sit and watch it go on and they do nothing. Which is horrible, but that's what we have come to. Don't be stuck in silence. Speak up. People need to listen. And times like this, everybody's listening. Everybody needs to listen. Everybody needs to sit down, listen, and pay attention. Because one of the most important things you can ever do to someone is listen. Just listen and let them talk. You never know. Talking actually gets a lot off your chest. I get a lot off my chest right now. It's helping me. Don't fight each other. Fight the people that don't want better. Fight the people that want to live like this for the rest of their life. Fight the people who aren't doing their jobs. Fight the people who swore they would protect you, but they did not. Fight the people who come and they attacked what you feel is very important. Because we all are very important. We all deserve a chance at life and a chance to get better and be better. We all deserve a chance to express ourselves freely in a good, positive way, but in a way that makes sure others aren't being disrespected in the process. We should always learn from each other as well. And never forget that we are all important, but we are basic human beings that all deserve the same rights no matter what. Until proven guilty, you are still on this earth innocent. But when you see evidence that makes it very, very much clear that you are not innocent, then you are guilty. But let the people leave. If you don't want to do nothing, let the people leave. Nobody wants to be bothered by you. You probably just sit on your butt and you just sit in this office, stuff in your face, watching some TV show, laughing up with your buddies who are probably all drunk, sitting on these sofas, and you just laugh. Like, anyhow. But yeah. I feel like that's what people really do. When you don't have anything to worry about, you could sit and you could laugh because it's easier for you because you have no stress. But you should have stress. You should have plenty of stress. Your country is in ruins. It went from being such. It's still a beautiful country. It's beautiful. It's broken but beautiful, which I believe is honestly very powerful. Because even though, yes, there are some cracks, some very big cracks in the nation, and it's obvious that the people since they have no one leading and no one willing to step up and say, hey, it's time to get back on track, then they're just gonna go. And when you don't have the government, I feel like helping and help guiding as well, it becomes very apparent to the people that, okay, since we don't have this, let's just go do whatever we want. And I feel like that's what they did. When they started fighting each other, when they started kidnapping each other, when they started raping each other, that's what they did. There's no one who's going to stop them, and they know this. There's no one who's going to tell them, hey, this is wrong. It doesn't matter what the people say of those kids, of all those people, of the parents, the brothers, the sisters, the uncles, the aunts. It doesn't matter what any of them say. Their cries fall into deaf ears because they're not listening. They're too busy getting stuck up in the fact that they can do whatever they want and they won't get caught for anything. This is them living their lives like the monsters that they are, like the bad people they are. This is them expressing that, hey, we're going to do whatever we want and you can't stop us. And when they're done, they laugh because they know no one's going to stop them and no one's going to put them in check. No one's going to come get these girls or all these people who are kidnapped and raped. They know that no one's coming, that nobody's listening. They know this. They know that no one's ever going to say anything because they're all too scared of what could happen to them next. No one's going to say anything because there hasn't been anyone for how long now? How long? There hasn't been anyone to help, to stop them, to protect them. When people try to protect, they get killed, apparently. That's what happens instead. There's no, I'm going to protect you, and they make it out alive, and the person's alive. No, they both end up dead in the situation. And that the monster can walk away laughing and smiling, knowing that, which is sick. Very sick. I know there are people who came forward and said, help free Haiti, but how come you won't help too if you're in the position to? If you're in the position and if you are able and you have nothing else to worry about, then why aren't you helping people? People say they care so much. If you care so much, actions. We need action. This is the time for action. No time for words, no time for phrases like, free my people. No, you need action. And this day and age, we need action to help prove that words can only get you so far. But then after that, after all the talking is over, where's your action? Where's what needs to come next is some action. Something that's going to give people some kind of certainty. Not uncertainty. We live with that for too long. Where's the action behind those words? It's time for action. Not violent action like you've been doing, but positive action that will get the attention of the people, but who will also stop these monsters and let them know that we are not going to continue like this. If we're going to get better, we will get better in a different way, but not like this. This is unacceptable. It really, truly is. And for all those people who make it every night, making it home, walking home, or anything, who walk home in the dark, who can laugh still, you are very strong people. Because this is a very hard time. And I'm very sorry that you're going through this. For all the people that do the bad things and that don't care, What do you see when you look in the mirror? Do you see the monster that you are? Or do you see the person that you can be if you would clean up your act? It's never too late. It's never too late to clean up your act. But at certain points, maybe it is. Maybe it's time to fold the towel and just get on with it, you know? To help restore our community, your nation too, because it belongs on a place somewhere on the map. You are on the map, but you're not really on the map because people disregard you. People don't take them seriously because look at it. It's not what it used to be now, huh? It's not. Because of years and years and years and decades of bad leadership. This is what happens when bad leadership happens. You better wake up, America, because this could be us next because of bad leadership. Look what happened within the last year because of bad leadership. To help us, to help you, to get better, you need to get rid of all the negative energy. Start communicating. No. This is what needs to happen. First, you need to sit down and you need to listen. Bring the people together, sit down together and listen to each other talk. And really listen to what they're saying. Really listen, understand their concerns, their worries, their fear, the unknown, their fear of the unknown of what's going to happen. Am I going to live to see tomorrow? Am I going to live to see my kids another day? Am I going to live to see my kids grow up and have kids? Am I going to live in general? Sit down and actually listen to them. Figure out all the problems that are happening. Everything in every section, every corner, every neighborhood. And then you need to take action. All you need to do is take action. Once you sit down and listen, you need to take action. You need to get all the bad so you can help bring in little spots of good. It can't be just for a moment. It can't be just one thing. It has to be for everything that has happened over these last couple of decades. Everything. You've been so low for so long. It needs to stop. You cannot continue on like this. We need to come together. Actually come together as people. We need to sit down and we need to listen to each other, and then we need to take action. Starting with the person who's supposed to be in charge. Where are you? Are you even here right now? Are you even listening? I hope you are. Because your people, they've had enough. They've had enough. Sometimes people turn to bad things because they can't find any good. That's not an excuse anymore. It's not an excuse anymore. But I just want everyone to know. It's not an excuse. They don't have excuses. There's no excuse to make someone else's life miserable because you're miserable. Understanding can only go so far before it's just going to be called straight excuses. Literally. But we need to come together and we need to listen to each other, and then we need to take action. Action is what we need. We need people who are going to help us. People who are actually going to be sworn into their job so they can actually do their job. People who take it seriously. Communicate with America. Tell us what's really going on. Tell us why you haven't let anybody off the island. And for the people in all those cities and those towns and everywhere, you need to come together too, and you need to do your part. Your government has failed you, and that is not your fault. That is your government's fault. But where you need to come in is where you need to unite together, and you need to come together, and you need to help each other. Listen to each other. And you come together and you go to the government so the government knows that your needs aren't being listened to. Your needs are not being met. Let them know that they haven't been doing their jobs, and they know that. They know that for sure. But I don't think they know that enough. Go tell them how many girls were raped. Go tell them how many people were kidnapped. How many people were being hurt every night, every day. Daylight, nighttime, it doesn't matter. It was still happening. Go to these people and tell them how they haven't done their jobs. Tell them how much you've lost during this time. Tell them how far it has, how bad it has really gotten. And if they're not listening to you, God help us all. We as a human race need to do better, actually. We as human beings are together as one. We should be able to make decisions, but make them constitutional, make them justifiable, hold other people accountable for their actions, help each other come together when our people that we elected, that we selected purposely to help us meet our needs, to help us. We personally selected them, and they did not do their jobs. Now we have to take matters into our own hands, but do it the right way. We've had too much violence. We've had too much hurt, too much death, too much of negative. When are you going to bring in the good? When are you going to help people see the good? When are you going to help lift each other up so that we can all make it together? We want to be holding hands when we cross that finish line. Not we cross it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, you want to be holding hands together when you do cross it. You cross as number 1. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. No, as 1. We're never going to get to that point if we can't come together as people. Different opinions can exist together. It is possible. We might not like what other people have to say, but we should support their opinions and respect them as well. We're not made to be the same person. We're made to be different, but we are equal, and we are one human race. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Peter's View. I am Kenzie. If you like more of my little talks or if one of my upgraded makeup videos, because yes, I have them for you. I've gotten good. Please comment down below. Thank you guys for listening today, and I want you guys to always remember this message today. We are one unit, all fighting for the same cause. To be happy and healthy. That's what we all want. Some of us who don't want those things, don't ruin it for others. Don't. Respect each other, but do not make each other feel any different than what you are. And do not, because God made you perfectly the way that you are. He makes no mistakes whatsoever. there's no such thing as a mistaken God. So thank you all for watching this. And I want you guys to comment down below on what you thought and how you feel about this. And I'll be open to more talks. Thank you so much. I'm Kenzie, and this is Peter View. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, and make sure you share it if you care, and tell your friends. Help them spread awareness. And if they can do something, if they're in a position to, or if you are in a position to, help. Please. We need it. Thank you guys so much, and goodbye.